everybody, welcome to What I'm Watching Now, where I cover some old, some used, and some new shows. Thank you for joining me. I'm your host, Castor B, and I'll pause my TV to let y'all know about this one. Life Lessons of Uramichi Oniisan is a 13-episode anime. It is subbed and dubbed, and has a manga of the same name. It's done by Studio Blanc, whose most noticeable work, I have to admit I am not familiar with, is called Goooooo. When I first heard about this show, to be honest, I had very little interest. I figured it's about a guy on a kid's show, until I realized it's about an adult on a kid's show. It makes you think about like Steve or Joe or whoever Josh is from Blue's Clues, like if they had a plan D. The anime is based on the life of a 31-year-old gymnast whose current job is, well, to be the big brother on a children's show. It shows more of the dark comedic look of the production of the show. I mean, he does a decent job interacting with the children, but some of his cynicism kind of leaks out, especially in front of them. But you have to think, like, in your teens and in, like, even in your 20s, you had hopes and dreams of being, like, something, maybe a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. In his case, an Olympic gymnast. And then in your by the time you hit your 30s, it's like, bam, life hits you. And then you got to find a job, you got bills to pay, and then the only decent job that you can find is, you know, being the big brother on a children's show, which we can all admit that sometimes can be depressing and children can be annoying. Throughout the show, you can see like his personality switching between like being that caring older brother and semi-cold, but then like with his co-workers being like that antisocial, like leave me alone, even though they're like of the same age. Because his co-workers are like a mixture of people. Like, some of his co-workers are people that like him. Some of them are, like, indifferent towards him. But then he has, like, one co-worker that literally does everything possible to get on his last nerves. It's sad because most of the time it's only because, quote, unquote, he's popular with children and housewives. And that's the fame that he would want. Well, actually, he would want any sort of fame. And then he has, like, a boss who, like, makes him do, like, 3 to 4 shows a day. I don't know if that's a lot, but it sounds like a lot. But I'd have to say my absolute favorite thing about the show is that the protagonist is a regular adult. He's not a teenager. He's not someone with superpowers. He's not crazy rich. He's not like half god or something like that. I don't know. Demon, whatever. Supernatural being. He's just a regular guy just trying to get by. He's trying to pay bills and just live whatever left of his life is there. He only associates with his coworkers because he has to. There's no special obligation that he does. He has a boss that runs him into the ground, which if you've had a terrible job, you can relate. But the only crazy part is that he has absolutely no romantic life, even though he keeps his body in really, really good shape. Of course, he was a gymnast, so that can be expected. I hope I didn't give too much away about the show. I just said it's funny, it's relatable to watch. It's only 13 episodes. Of course, if you don't like it by the third episode, actually, if you don't like it by the first episode, then you can drop it. But that first episode is a killer. I definitely recommend watching Life Lessons of Uramichi Oniisan. It has a little dark humor. It's slice of life. Please let me know how you like it. And with that being said, looks like it's time for me to get back to my show. Once again, this is your host, Castor B, and thank you for listening to What I'm Watching Now.